I'd really like for us to have a better understanding of what flexible working really means. So this is going beyond the traditional sort of mindset around flexible working being for certain groups or for certain people. I really want people to understand that actually flexible working is about everyone, and you don't need a reason to work flexibly.
I think ultimately it comes down to how a business reports success. Right now we have too much business success relating to numbers, to figures, to profit. We're moving towards a bit more about environmental sustainability, but I think until we have employee well-being, employee happiness, really at the core of what makes us a successful business, it won't be something that will be offered to everybody. It will continue to be something that just a few people do. So I think it's really about changing a business model and really acknowledging how a happy workforce makes you a better business.
You definitely cannot have it all when you have flexibility, but what you do have are options and choices, and I think really that's what you're trying to achieve. You're trying to kind of divide your life into however many compartments it needs to be divided so that you can thrive in all the things that mean something to you. So I think it's less about this utopia stage of, yes, I've got it all, but I think the all is I get to address all the sides of me that I think are important.
I think there's a really, really important role for men. One of the things we do with the Women's Business Council is a programme called Men as Change Agents, and what's really important in terms of their role is not only case studying ways that men can work flexibly, but also driving these policies internally. If everyone can see men and women, senior people, middle managers, whoever, working flexibly, there are more role models. People will see there's more choice and more options that might be relevant to them.
I think to encourage more men to be part of the conversation around flexible working, we need to change the culture. So I don't think it's actually men not wanting to work flexibly, but the culture around them doesn't allow for them to have those discussions with their managers and their peers. So we really need to change this whole culture and make it a norm as opposed to an option.
I think it has to start with delivery and accountability, because that's how you build trust initially, and then I think you listen. So I think you have to listen to what the business response is, address the challenges. No need to be defensive about it, but there will be challenges because it's not a perfect science. So there's a bit of give and take on both parts, and I think you have to be open to that. I think equally the employer needs to listen and really understand their employee. And when I say understand the employee, not just from a really cold, this is what you're here to deliver, but actually understand the whole self, right? Because we're not just made up of one part. There are many things that make us, us. And I think the more that you can understand the people that work for you, the easier these conversations become.
So things like flexible working, although it's a great concept and we all understand it, I do think there's a perception around it being for particular people, and we need to change that. So I think agile working almost creates this sense of being allowed to work differently. So I just think words are really powerful, and depending on how we pitch them, it can make the difference.
So my key takeout would be, I think, that the industry needs to evolve. Really needs to evolve in terms of our attitudes to what the new generation needs to evolve in terms of nurturing a more diverse, vibrant workforce, and needs to evolve in terms of attitudes to flexible working. There are pockets of really, really good best practice, but there's more we can do in all those areas.